What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and TV screens. So, in this video, we're going to discuss what we think is going to happen in tonight's episode of The Walking Dead. That's episode 10. It's called New Best Friends. I don't really like to give predictions on an episode by episode basis. I don't do the spoiler thing. I do my absolute best to stay away from any type of spoilers at all. I like to give my predictions off of what I know of the source material and what I know of the habits of the show and where I think, or at least hope, the story goes. So I'm going to give it a shot at giving my predictions from, an episode to episode basis. So what do I think is going to happen? I think tonight's episode is going to be pretty much all Rick, and I think we might get some Kingdom. I don't think we're going to get much more than those, two storylines going on. So let's start with Rick, because that's the most interesting one that we all can't wait for, right? So as I said in my last video, the full review of last episode, episode 9, the smile at the end when Rick and Grouper are all surrounded by the Junkyard Gang, who remind me of like Mad Max. They remind me of Thunderdome, like all those dirty little kids that were around in Thunderdome. I know they're not all kids in this group. Most of them actually look like adults, but there's many young adults there. I don't know. They just, they have a real post-apocalyptic vibe. I love it. And the fact that they're not from the source material is even better, because we have no idea where they're going to take that storyline. I personally think that this... Alright, here's what we know, right? There's this group, they surrounded our group, and we know from pictures from the past, whatever, there's that crazy looking zombie with all the spikes in it and all that. Well, I can bet you that somehow Rick or even multiple members of the group have to go up against that walker, or maybe even a series of walkers that are like that, which would be absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it. But I bet you that's going to happen tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of action tonight, because last week, excuse me, wasn't really action-packed at all. We only had the one action scene in the whole episode, and it ran a little long. So I think in tonight's episode, we're actually going to get a lot of action from both the Kingdom story and from our group story. So, of course, our group is going to overcome whatever obstacles this junkyard group throws at them. And I think the reason why Rick is smiling is he's looking at this like, here's a group, they're dirty, they live in a junkyard, they have like raggedy weapons, even the guns that they have, they look like all old and shitty. Who knows if they even work or have bullets for them, you know what I mean? So I feel that Rick is he's gonna be on the train of thought where it's like, I have a lot I can offer these people. I can offer them safe places to live, or food, or a community, or whatever their desire is, I can offer them. And in return, they can offer me manpower, people that obviously are willing to fight. They know how to fight, who knows, but they're obviously willing to fight, and they're smart. And I think he's putting all that together. Rick's a smart guy. And that's what I think the smile was about. I could be wrong. He could be looking at Gabriel over there and smiling because he knew he was right, that Gabriel didn't run away. But I really think it's going to be the former, what I said before, how he's putting it together in this tense situation. Because think about it. Rick has been in so many of these types of situations. He's pretty much gotten good at thinking on his feet and figuring things out quickly. Now, where they're going to go with this group, I have no idea, so I can't really comment. Are they going to accept or not? I would like to think they're going to accept, seeing as how the Hilltop rejected them and the Kingdom rejected them. I mean, I think it's time for our group of survivors to get a win, but they may drag the win out a little bit and have this group still say no, or maybe even become an adversary. Who knows? Maybe they'll join the Sanctuary in the war. Maybe they're already part of the Sanctuary working for them. Who knows? But I don't think so. I'm gonna lean towards this is an isolated community that doesn't know that doesn't really know the other groups, and this is their first contact with, the area of where Alexandria and the Hilltop or whatever. Maybe they have something to do with the ocean side. Who knows? I doubt it, but it's highly possible. Okay, so over to the kingdom. I think we're gonna, have a lot of Daryl interacting with Ezekiel, and I'm not entirely and Richard, of course, and I'm not entirely sure if Daryl's gonna find out that how close by Carol is yet. I think by the end of this episode, we will find out where that Daryl now knows where Carol is. I don't know if we'll see them reunite, but I think he's gonna find out by the end of the episode. So I'm not too sure about this, but I know that there's another delivery that the kingdom has to give. I think produce to, right? He said you must produce. So there's another delivery coming, so we may get that. Do I think Daryl's gonna go along on that? I don't, but then again, when Morgan was a new guy at the group, Morgan went along. So maybe Daryl will go along, but I don't think so. I don't think Daryl's gonna go. But something probably gonna pop off because we've seen the tensions going, and Richard wants to start some shit. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't trust Richard to do it in a smart way. I feel like he's at a point, you could tell by his frustration, that he's at a point where he doesn't know what to do, and he'll do just about anything to get everybody to go at the saviors. So Richard's unpredictable to me. He's a total wild card. So I definitely think something's going to pop off there, and we'll get some action there, some tension there. Will anybody die? I don't know. Maybe if nobody dies, somebody's going to get seriously wounded. Now, I don't know who's going to die as far as a savior or one of the kingdom guys. Maybe somebody from each. But it's definitely going to be a tense meeting. All right, and then that's about it. And new best friends. I think that's going to mean that Rick is hoping that this new group will be his new best friend. And maybe they will by the end. I'm not entirely sure of that. I would like to think yes, that there will be a unity formed by the end. But I can totally see them not going that route. So, all right, you guys got any opinions? You want to tell me what you think about tonight's episode? Or I know I'm putting this video up late. If you hit me up after the episode, that's cool. Let me know what you thought about it. Of course, you like the vid. Show me some love down below. And I can't wait for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I will. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.